Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today let's go over a medium level question that I just solved on my own. So I'm super happy about this and I'm very glad that I was able to come up with my own solution to this problem without any assistance. So let's go over it and let me show you how I did it. So this is question 1594, maximum non-negative product in a matrix. So you're given a matrix, a 2D list of lists, and they're all integers, and you're located at the top left. You want to go to the bottom right. Basically, you can only go right or down, and you want to find the maximum non-negative product, which can also include 0, from all the paths from the top left to the bottom right of the grid. And then just return that product if it's 0 or higher, otherwise return -1 as it says here. So let's do exactly that. Let's define a function and do this recursively. We're starting at x, y as 0, 0 on the top left. And the value is, let's just put a neutral value of 1 because anything times 1 is just itself. So no bias at the beginning. And let's call this value. And if at any point, if we're not in bounds, then we can just go ahead and return from the function. So let's define in bounds x, y. We have to make sure x is bigger than or equal to 0 and it's less than m, which is just going to be the number of rows, and n, the number of columns, the width of the grid as the columns as n, and y bigger than or equal to 0 and y is less than n. If it's not in bounds, then return. So it's a little cleaner to just factor it out like that. So otherwise, again, we have to basically multiply whatever value we got so far with the current cell's value. And then let's go ahead and go down. And let's also go right. And at any point, if we are at the bottom right, then let's go ahead and print value. Let's define this as at bottom right. So if x is equal to the last row and y is equal to the last column width, then we are at the bottom right. So let's go ahead and print the value. And in this case, you can see we return -1 because the maximum non-negative product in this case is -36, which is not positive. So let's go ahead and create a sorted list to basically store all the values of the products from the top left to the bottom right. And if this list is not empty and the last value is the rightmost, which is also the biggest because this is already sorted in ascending order from left to right, smallest to greatest. So if last is less than 0, then return -1. Otherwise, let's just return that last value. And let's run this. Okay, submit it. And this might time out, and I remember that we missed a detail here, which is mod. So let's say mod is 10 to the power of 9 plus 7. Get the wrong answer because we didn't apply the mod. We have to mod it here. And let's do this again. So we're doing this in a brute force way. You can see here the constraints are pretty small. 15, although it still might time out, which it did. Cool. Since this is brute force recursion, there's this handy annotation. Just throw an @cache on there to minimize the cached results so we don't compute anything more than once. And there you go. Passes all test cases. So again, I'm super happy that I was able to come up with my own solution to this question without any help and solve it completely on my own. So that's it for question 1594.